What's going on, guys? Welcome on back to the channel. So today we're going to change the spark plugs in a 2006 Ford Focus ZX4 SES. This has the 2.0 liter Duratec 4-cylinder engine, and it's real simple to change the spark plugs right on top of the engine. This tutorial here will really work for any 4-cylinder car, just about any. I mean, make sure you get the spark plugs that are suited for yours, but if you want to see the procedure on how to do this, this can really apply to any car, not only the Ford Focus, but I'm going to be doing it on the 2006 Ford Focus today. Alrighty folks, there's not much you need to do this job. Just going to get yourself a socket wrench with an extension and a 5/8 ratchet. You're going to need the spark plugs. In this case, I'm using Bosch 9655 for this 2006 Focus. And then you're going to need an 8mm to get the coil packs off up there. So let's go ahead and dive into it, guys. This is a relatively straightforward job. All you're going to do is, these are the coil packs right here with the little connectors. I don't even think we need to take those off. Just going to take the 8mm right out like that and pull the coil packs straight up. Just a little wiggling action and you'll get her up just like that. And down in there is going to be the spark plug. So we're going to go ahead and grab the 5/8 with the extension, put her down in there, and loosen the spark plug, which in this one is very, very tight. So before I go any further, I'm actually going to spray some WD-40 down in there just to help me out a bit. All right, so if you ever run into it, guys, where the spark plug is just extremely tight, don't just go real hard on it trying to get it loose. Get some WD-40 down in there. Okay, let it seep down into the threads for a minute, and then go ahead and try again, because this car in particular is about getting close to 20 years old, and these are probably the original spark plugs because it only has 70,000 miles on it. So I'm just going to take her easy and getting her loose. And it looks like she is coming now. I've never had the WD-40 trick fail, but you just want to take that precaution because you do not want to strip the heads of the engine out, and you won't be able to get your new plugs in. All right, so we got that loose. Just gonna back it out with our hands, the rest of the way. All right, and it actually came up with the socket, which is nice. And so there you can see the spark plug, and it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. Electrodes seen better days though, so we're definitely going to go ahead and swap it out. Folks, we got our brand new Bosch spark plug in the socket. I went ahead and sprayed it with a little bit of WD-40 on the threads just to ease it down in there. And we're going to put it down in and just tighten it up real easy. You'll feel it grab in the threads real nice and loose. So you just want to twist it in by hand, and then it'll start to snug up. And this is the important part. Once it's snug, take your socket, do not do this with a drill, and just snug it up by hand. So I'm going to get the wrench a little bit tighter. Okay, so once it's tight, just use one hand and snug it. 1, 2, 3. Don't go any tighter than that. You don't want to strip it out. You don't need to go tighter because it's got a seal on the bottom of the spark plug. Just a little bit of tug there. And you're going to put your coil pack right back on where it came from, and get your drill with the 8mm. And that is it. Nice and tight. And the spark plug, actually looks like we could go just a tad more on that guy. All right, and that is it, and the spark plug is changed. Hey guys, two details I forgot to mention. One, if you're working on an 06 Focus, the link is down below for the spark plugs for this car. Number two, as far as interval, how often to change the spark plugs, I would say about every 50,000 miles or so, or maybe about every 5 to 8 years. The mileage is just so the fact that Every 50,000 you're getting new spark plugs put in there. You're making sure the car stays fuel efficient and running well and things like that. And then the 5 to 8 years, if they're in there much longer than that, like I'm experiencing with this car, they can get rusty and kind of corroded and crappy like that. So if you just replace them, it's not expensive. You'll be good to go. You won't have to worry about any of that. So that's what I would recommend. About every 50,000 miles, change your spark plugs. Keep your car running better than ever. Hey guys, one more detail. If you buy spark plugs that aren't gapped, you're going to need a set of feeler gauges to gap the spark plugs and make sure that they're the right gap. But for me, I always try to make it easy on myself and just buy the pre-gapped spark plugs. So these are the OE Bosch spark plugs, and when I bought them, it actually said that they were pre-gapped. So you do not adjust the gap, you just put them right in. Some spark plugs, make sure you adjust the gap, but on ones that do not need the gap adjusted, you can just put them right in. So just a key detail that you don't want to miss. Alrighty guys, that's it. Easy peasy changing the spark plugs on a 2006 Ford Focus 2.0 liter. Just do that process for each of the cylinders, all 4 of them, and you'll be done and ready to go. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel if you like working on cars and want to see more videos like this. And yeah guys, without further ado, until next time, always remember to get out there, do it yourself.